and welcome back to another episode of the Thompson's Comic Corner. I'm your host, Zach. This is my awesome little comic book podcast where we talk about, usually, we do a review every week, but we're going to do something a little special this time. So I have my good friend, John. He is the guy who runs Three Rivers Comic Con, and we are going to promote the hell out of this Comic Con.
Glad to
So,
be
how are
here.
you
Thanks
doing
for
tonight?
having me on the show, sir. I'm good. I'm
Yes.
good. It's been a long day, but getting there. So my allergies are killing me with this weather. I wish it would pick
Yeah.
a pick a temperature and go.
So if nobody knows, we live in the greater like Pittsburgh area, so Mother Nature can't make up her mind what she wants to do.
Right.
One day
There's
it's
like
75 and sunny, the next day it's 30 and raining.
yeah. It's pretty nuts, and when you have like allergies and stuff, it's not great either because it just wreaks havoc. So, but
So
I'll survive. I've done it before.
we're gonna jump right in it. So go ahead and tell them what Three Rivers is.
So, Three Rivers Comic Con has been going on for 10 years since 2016 when we started at the Century 3 Mall, which is now a giant hole in the ground. Um, and this is our fourth year in the David L. Lawrence Convention Center downtown. We are a comic book focused show. So, what that means is instead of focusing on actors and celebrities like some of the other shows do, we focus on comics and creators. Like the comic creators are our celebrities. Um, so it's a great show for getting sketches done, getting signatures, picking the brains of creators that you've always loved, buying original art pages. I own a bunch. In fact, like I just figured out which Night Terror book I bought from Mark Morales last time he was in, which he's coming back. But it ended up being from Poison Ivy issue 1. And I bought it purely, the two pages I bought purely, one for barbecuing Batman, where it's Batman in a button down shirt and shorts wearing his cow barbecuing. And then the other one has Nightwing car wash, where he's like buffing a car with his butt out. And I'm like, that's hilarious. So I kind of had to buy both of those because I'm a Nightwing guy, and I just thought Barbecue Batman was hilarious. So anyway, we focus on comic creators. We have had some actors before. Usually they also work on comics. But this year we don't have any. We just have comic creators. And we have a lot of comic creators coming. I think it's something like 30 guests that have been published by either Marvel or DC, and another probably 5 or 10 on top that have been published by some other comic creating company, whether it be Image, Aftershock, Dark Horse, Scout, Vault, any of the other ones that you can think of. Like, we have pretty much somebody who's done something, and we'll talk about that in a minute. It's Saturday, Sunday, June 6th and 7th, downtown at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center. 10 to 7 on Saturday and 10 to 5 on Sunday. Kids that are under 10 get in free. If they're 10 to 14, it's a $6 ticket, or $10 for the 2 days. Adult Saturday is $20. Adult Sunday is, I think, 16. And if you do both days, it's 30. And if you have a military ID that is valid, not you and everyone in your group, you who has that ID will get $10 off your ticket, but you have to buy that ticket at the door. We're trying that for this year. In also coordination with the 250th anniversary of the U.S. So that'll be cool. We do our own convention beer every year. This year the art's going to be by Ali Garza, but I'm not allowed to tell you who the character is yet because the publisher has not approved the art yet. I'm hoping that comes tomorrow. And we have a charity drink and draw. We have a charity art auction. So you can buy stuff from past guests that they've signed or drawn that we have in kind of a bit of a bank of that kind of thing. And we're going to do like lightsaber training again. So if your kids are into Star Wars or you're into Star Wars, we do adult and children lightsaber training, which is awesome. We have some cool cosplay guests coming too. We do cosplay contests both days. Adults are on Saturday, kids are on Sunday, and it's the vibe of our show is more. We like to say it's the family reunion you want to go to every year, because it's not super packed. We get like 3,000 to 5,000 people through the door, individual ticket, and it's not so crowded that you can't walk around, but it's also not so dead that you're not gonna see somebody you might know. And it does well, and we have a lot of collectors that come out. We have 17 comic vendors coming, and they're awesome. They're a lot of them are Silver Age guys. Some of them are regionals. Most of them are at least in the Northeast. But we have guys like John Haynes Rare Comics out of Ohio. They do mostly Silver and Golden Age. Comics cards and collectibles out of Baltimore. They do Silver Age, Modern Age, dollar books, all kinds of stuff, toys. There's Gem City that's mostly Silver Age. Jake Ewell, who does a lot of everything. Nerdbox, who does a lot of stuff too, like a lot of more modern stuff, but also deals in silver and gold. And then we also have JJL, who's our CGC people that'll be there. So if you buy something at the show and you want to get it graded, you can submit it to them there. Or if you need something witnessed, they'll witness it for you. But just make sure if you're getting it witnessed, you talk to them first, because you have to fill out a form and then they got to go witness it. There is an upcharge, but they're not doing grading on the spot. They're just going to mail it out and then get it back to you as soon as it comes back. But they're great people. Jason and Jackie are some of my most fun people to talk to at shows. So check it out. Yeah, I think that's most of it. I think in a nutshell.
All right. So now I have a question.
Sure.
All right. You just brought something to my attention that I would have never even thought of. So, okay. So you're getting something done that is a character that is obviously licensed to a publisher. I did not know that you actually had to go to said publisher and get that approved. I had no idea.
So how that works is like if it's something for mass market, right?
Okay.
So because it's a beer label, the publisher wanted to make sure that it was appropriate. Having the rights to the character, they want to make sure it's appropriate. So you're not just having like Supergirl with her boobs out, like drinking a beer on this beer label, like DC would have a fit, right?
Oh yeah.
So they have to approve what it is, and we've actually been denied being able to call some characters by their name sometimes because the publisher said no. So if you think about a couple years ago, we had Spellbound Stout by Robert Hack, and the character on there is obviously Madam Satan from Archie, but we weren't allowed to call it Madam Satan Stout because Archie wouldn't let us because it was a beer, and Archie is very kid friendly, so that was against kind of their thing, right? So we just had to call it Sinful Stout or something, or Sorcering Stout. I forget what it was. But yeah, so that's a thing, and there's certain artists that aren't allowed to just draw those characters either. Like usually if they've drawn the character, they're allowed to draw it again. And there's other things that they can do, like if it's for an individual sketch is a different problem because it's for you, so it's not for like reproduction and selling it and stuff like that. So the copyright laws are fine. But when you get guys in like an artist alley that only do fan art, that's not okay either. Like our contracts, when you sign a contract for our artist alley, specifically states that you have to have at least 50% original art at your table, because we don't want people just selling fan art. So, it's a thing. And if you're caught only selling fan art, then we throw you out. We've never had to do that, but we will, because we protect the characters as much as the publishers do. Because when you run 6 stores, you gotta look out for your boys, right?
Yeah. See, I would have never even thought of that.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Like that's, we're going we're getting a little peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, I mean that's that. You'll see that in a lot of shows. Like you will find that there's not a lot of just like I said, like fan art people. But there's guys that you're known for only doing one character, and they'll just do a ton of that character. Like Don Simpson's biggest character is Megaton Man, so obviously he's going to have a ton of Megaton Man. But he owns that character too, so he can do whatever he wants with it. Going back to Robert Hack, he is, he's not coming to the show this year. He actually couldn't make it this year, but he has worked with Archie so long that he's done everybody. Like he did I think the second volume of Archie versus Predator he drew. He did some Archie covers. He did Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, a couple other ones. So he's done the whole Archie gang. So he can draw them for you as an individual thing, but he can't. Anything that he did not publish through them, he can't sell a copy of, right? So he could sell a published, like a print of his cover from Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, but he can't, like he can't make it for me to then make on a T-shirt without getting approval from Archie. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had an interesting thing recently. So I wanted the cover, it's a John Byrne cover. It's Fantastic Four. I can't think of the name of it or the number, but it's the one where Doctor Doom, it says Doctor Doom is definitely not in this comic book.
Yeah.
I wanted a poster made for just like my own, like just for me from a local guy where I live. And he was like, I have to make sure that you're not gonna like use this to like sell anything. Like you're
Right.
not gonna sell like prints of this or anything. And I was like, nah, dude. I was like, it's literally just gonna go in my basement.
Right. Yeah.
And I thought that
And
that was weird. And then you saying that just like clicked in my brain. It's like, all right, I see what he was saying now.
right. But if it's for promotional use only, then that usually skirts around it. For instance, like the Batman over Point Park, which you can see behind me, they can't see behind me. It's over there. That's by Scott McDaniel. That was one of our posters. I think it was year 3, and we added a bunch of word bubbles and stuff to it. And our staff had shirts with that on it that year. So we made a limited print of those shirts. But we didn't get any cease and desist from DC, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I never even would have thought of that.
Yeah, and then there's parody clause too. So if there's something that's like, say you're like, I want Emma Frost dressed like Princess Peach, right? That's a parody. So because it's a parody of both Emma Frost and Princess Peach, you could get that done, and you could sell that. Like if you create it, you could sell that because it's parody law.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's real. There's a lot of weird stuff. That's how Weird Al gets away with doing a lot of his parodies. Actually,
That actually makes a lot of sense.
yeah, right.
Yeah. So
Learning
I
something new
went,
today. The more you know.
yeah,
So
that's definitely something. And it makes a lot of sense. Like I said, I think it says Doctor Doom definitely listens to Thompson's Comic Corner. Like that was like I thought that was funny.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I was like, well, we definitely got to get that done, which it should be done here in a couple weeks of the time of recording this. So
That's awesome.
um yeah, so I went last year for the first time and it was different for me. And I will say this, it's definitely not overwhelming, which it was like when we first walked in. I literally made a purchase 3 minutes into when the doors open. So like that was because I had never been around that many books. It was cool, but like after like the first shock of it all, like it's really like you said, it's very spacious. Everything's
Hmm.
spread out. You're not over top of one another, which is really nice. And all the artists that I got to meet last year were all very friendly. And I
Good,
mean very friendly. That was
as
something
they
that
should
stuck
be.
out to me. Like everybody was just happy to be there. Everybody was, I met who all did I meet? I met Ron Friends. He was one of the first ones I ran into. He signed my Thor 500. I think
Nice.
that was what I got signed. I met Trish. She signed my what did I have her sign? Oh, she did the interior for the free comic book day last year, Power Ranger book, and she
Yeah.
created the character Doobie. And she actually signed. I told her to pick any panel in the book, any page. Okay, I told you I do weird things. I had her pick any page because she didn't do the cover. I want you to pick
Right.
any page in the book and you sign it and do whatever you want. She literally drew like Doobie in it, wrote his name, colored it, and signed it, and charged me nothing, even after I tried to pay her.
Oh man, she's super awesome. And if you're a fan of Trish Forrester, um, you will only see her at like 4 or 5 shows total, and we're one of them that she comes to every year. Us Baltimore Heroes, and there's like another one in Baltimore, and then I think she does New York, and that's it. That's it. Like, um, and she does a lot of the other ones because usually Tony's there too, who does Stray Dogs and Feral with her. Um, Tony Fleeks, and he's kind of blown up because he's doing he's doing Deathstroke right now, I think.
Yeah, he's
Um,
doing Deathstroke and he's doing oh hell, they're doing Feral, but they're crossing over Stray Dogs with Feral. If you haven't
yeah,
read it, sorry for ruining that, but if you have read it, you know what I'm talking about.
we didn't really
And
ruin it, but yeah,
yeah, so like that caught a lot of people off guard. And yeah, he's doing Deathstroke, which I mean, everybody that, the next level DC, which we talked about previous weeks ago, all those books are popping off. So all the creators that are associated with them, they're all popping off.
yeah, they're kind of doing what Marvel did um, in the Heroes Reborn era, um, like right after was it after Civil War? I think it was right after Civil War. But it was like when Cap came back, right?
Hmm.
Like because they brought in like uh, Matt Fraction, they had Kelly Sue DeConnick, they had Brubaker. Like they were doing all these awesome books, and then they did Civil or Secret Wars 2 or Secret Wars, like the Hickman one, and then all of those creators left to do their own stuff. Most of them went to Image, and then they had to kind of start all over again. So, but
Yeah.
yeah. But Trish, she's awesome. She's done 2 sketches for me. One time she did my dogs, and I gave it to my wife for her birthday, or no, for our anniversary. And then last year I had her do Lockjaw by Marvel, and she had never drawn Lockjaw before, so that was kind of fun for her.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna have so like I was telling you before we got on here. So my idea is I have the Matt Fraction Batman blank, and I'm gonna have her do Jeff the Land Shark, but he's gonna be dressed up as Batman. And I just find that so
So
funny.
hilarious! It's so
And like
hilarious. I love it.
if I had the Daredevil blank, like the one that just came out, which if you're not reading that, go read it. Issue one's kind of like so-so, it's a little slow, but issue two picks right up and it's pretty good. If I had the blank for it, I'd have her do Jeff in a Daredevil get up because I love Daredevil. So, but unfortunately, I do not have one, and I have Batman right here. It's been sitting in my basement for like 4 months. So, time
Nice.
to get knock the dust off of it and get it, finally drawn on. So we've hit base with like a couple people. Now, another person that I'm really excited that's going to be at the show is Tom Sholey.
Shioli. Yeah.
Yeah, you say it better than me.
Shioli. Yeah.
Yeah, I mess up names all the time. I apologize.
That's so good. Tom's a great guy.
But
So.
but I'm like super excited. I have Godzilla Monster Piece
Monster
Theater number
Piece
one.
Theater. Yep.
Yeah, and I have a his Fantastic Four Grand Design number one, which I think is a variant. Let me look at it real quick. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's a variant.
Okay.
But I have those, and I'm super excited for that because his art style is very, very, very close to. He's big into Jack Kirby. He did the
Yeah.
Jack Kirby book, and he did a Stan Lee one too. Correct?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, they're huge. They're
So
like big, big, big books.
Yeah. So
Almost
like,
coffee table size. They're huge.
yeah, which I hope that he has like copies of those that he's selling because I would love to buy one.
If not, we have them at the store. Just,
Oh, well, I might have to go pick me up one because I love the big oversized books. Like I find those fun. Like I'm an omnibus guy, so like
Mm,
a lot of people don't like them because they're great for like if a burglar tried to get in my house, dude. I throw that at you,
yeah,
you done.
that and like if they're
So
trying to steal a bunch of omnibuses, they're gonna be like hauling hard. So
yeah, like it's not worth it at that point.
I'm not a big
But
fan of them, but like just personally, but I understand the appeal, like because some of those books are just hard to find. So if you can just read the whole 100 issues or 60 issues or whatever it is, like that's cool. Like I don't mind. It's just I'm more of a floppy guy. Like I want the individuals. So
see, I love the individuals. I think it's the thrill of the hunt when you're trying to
mm-hmm.
complete a run. Which when I went to Three Rivers last year, I was able to get I needed 2 issues of Deadpool's Secret Wars, which I was able to get in Buck Bins, which was awesome.
Nice.
And there was something else that I really the Batman issue. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but it's where the Joker looks like the mask and it looks like a movie poster. I
Oh
was
yeah, that
looking
was from
everywhere.
that was a new 52 variant, I think.
Yeah, and I love that cover, and I'm like, man, I need that. And I'm the kind of guy that would rather go to like either a show or go to a store and spend my money and get the book there instead of buying off eBay because I refuse to pay anywhere between 850 to 1250 for one book shipping.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm completely cool with it. Another awesome guest that you guys are having, another creator, is Howard Mackey. Now
Oh,
that one's
absolutely.
really cool. So if
So
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say so Howard kind of like fell in our lap because another person we have coming for the first time, Keith Williams, is friends with Howard, and they were at a show together, and he mentioned that he was doing our show, and he was like, "Well, I kind of want to go to that show. It sounds good." So Keith is like, "Hey, Howard Mackey kind of wants to come to your show. How do you want me to get him in touch with you?" I was like, "Here's my email," and so he emails me, and he like it worked right away. Like it was just right there. And I like all I could think of was, oh man, this is awesome because I love Danny Ketch. Like he is my favorite Ghost Rider. So to have him come and I have a Ghost Rider 1 and a 15 from that run because the 15's the glow in the dark cover by Textiera, and I'm gonna be like, I need these both signed. And some of our stores, he did the second volume of Amazing Spider-Man with John Byrne, and it was inked by Scott Hanna. So we ran into Scott at another show, and we had a bunch of these books. So we had Scott sign a bunch, and they're floating around through the stores. So some of the ones that we see on a Three Rivers rack in most of our stores, some of them may already be signed by Scott Hanna. So then you would just need John Byrne's signature. Good luck with that. And that would that you get 2 out of the 3. It's awesome. But Scott's a great guy too. We tried to get him, but he actually ended up not being able to make it. So
Now you just need to go try to get John Byrne. Good luck.
oh dude, oh yeah, right. Good luck with that. So but I love Howard Mackey. Like I loved his She-Hulk stuff. His he did some Batman. I mostly loved his Ghost Rider and his Spider-Man. He did some Sensational Spider-Man, and what else? Oh, he did X-Man with Pep-Boy. So I actually have a number 1 of that somewhere. I could probably get signed by him now. And he did some X Factor. He did the tail end of the first volume of X Factor. He did like the last 20 issues, I think, except for the very last issue. But he's known for kind of reinventing the wheel and pulling these these new characters in, which is kind of the fun part of it. So hopefully I can get him to do a panel with Ron Friends about reinventing the wheel and kind of doing new takes on new characters that are like new legacy characters. Since Ron did Thunderstrike and he did Spider Girl and he did blue and red Superman. Like that'd be kind of a cool thing if I can get it to work. So
Yeah, I would definitely sit for that panel. That'd be dope.
right.
Now, you had said that you're getting, I have also right in front of me, I have Ghost Rider #1 and number 15. Now, did you get the first print or the second print of
Of the
issue 15?
15, I got the
Yeah.
first print, so it's the black cover. The gold cover is the second print.
Yeah,
So
I did not know which one I wanted to get. I was like, man, that gold pops so much.
it
Because if you
does.
think about it, did you know how cool it would be? Because so the flame's white until it glows in the dark.
Yeah.
So how cool would it be to have him like bring like a gold Sharpie and you have him sign that in gold to just bounce off of that? That would be sick.
That would be cool. I
Yeah,
approve of that
so
for
yeah,
sure.
that would just be beautiful. Now, is there any particular artist or creator that you're the most excited for?
Um, well, I mean, Howard's definitely probably my number one for this year of the new guys. Um, Ethan Young, he's done a lot of great variants, including some like Flash, Green Lantern, Teen Titans stuff. He has a new self-published book called Demon Run that's coming out. He he does this cool. A lot of his variants for DC. He did an Eisner tribute style where like the title of the book is like worked into the background, so it looks kind of like the Spirit almost. If you remember the Spirit covers. Glenn Whitmore's another one of the new guys that I'm excited for. He's worked on so much stuff, but he's mostly his biggest claim to fame is that he was the colorist on Death of Superman. So I'm excited for that. Jeremy Clark, he's done tons of cool covers. Joe Pruitt's a friend of mine, and I need to dig out my Black Eye Kids because he did that book and I loved it. His newer book Viking Moon is coming out by Image right now. Joe Schmalke's a great guy. I've known him for years too. He actually did our 2019 show, and the new volume of Murder Hobo just hit the shelf like 2 weeks ago. So I'm excited about that. But I loved his Electric Black. Like he does a lot of horror books. It's awesome. Keith Williams, who is another inker, and he's worked on so much cool stuff too. Like his Alpha Flight was amazing. His Excalibur was amazing. He did what was it called? Infinity War. So if you know the Infinity War cover where Adam Warlock is standing there, like he did the
Yes,
cover for that. Um,
that's really neat.
yeah, he did Quasar for a long time too, which was cool. It's always good to see Matt or Mark Morales come back, Matt Horak come back. Nicole Jelenic actually is a creator that I'm kind of excited for because she does a lot of like variant covers, but she did this awesome book called Midnight Rose with Jim Starlin for Aftershock that was killer. Pat Olliffe and Ron Friends, they're just legends. You gotta at least say hi. Um, let's see, Sora, she's doing so many Sora Sung. She's doing so many awesome covers and kicking butt with Vampirella right now. In fact, her she did a Harley Quinn cover for a store, and she did Harley in like the nurse outfit from the Arkham games, and it was
All
the
right,
first time that outfit has been used since the Arkham games. There was like a big article on it. It was kind of cool.
that's
Um,
pretty neat.
yeah, Tom, Trish, Wayne Foucher. He's another like legendary inker.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
So, all right, hold on. Let me
so
stop you there. So,
okay,
all right, me and Wayne, we have a joke. So this year, I don't know if me or my best friend's gonna pull the trigger on it. He probably will if I don't. So he did. It's Red Hood, and I think the Outlaws Christmas special. It's the annual #1, I believe. And he did the inks for it. And there's a 2-page spread of Santa Claus bent over putting gifts underneath the tree. And this man was trying like hell to sell this, going, where else would you see Santa's ass? He was like, put that right above your fireplace or right next to your Christmas
right.
tree. And I'm like, you know what, man? You're speaking to me.
He's
And
not
I
wrong.
regretted
He's not
not
wrong at
buying
all.
it last year. So if he
If he
still
still
has
has
it,
it,
there's a very good
there you go.
chance that Santa's ass is going to be coming home with one of us.
And then there's some like local guys too that I'm always excited to see, like Gabe Mastriaki. Um, he's like original artist, but he does a lot of like I don't know why he's not working in comics. He does like some board game art for a board game company that's pretty good. And his dad is actually a local movie critic in Pittsburgh. So he does our show to hang out with his dad, and he happens to just be a killer artist. Um, like Hivehead Studios will have more Lycan stuff. So if you're into werewolves, they're great. Jay Fife is coming. He did a lot of pinup art. In fact, I have a Josie from Josie and the Pussycats that he did in the style of it's Joan Jett meeting kind of like a Joan Jett vibe to it, with like a almost like a Marilyn Monroe vibe too, because she's like looking over her shoulder, but the guitar's slung like in front of her. And I'm a big Josie fan, so that was cool. Koa Beam does he does the 5-minute Boba Fett, which is crazy. Like he can draw Boba Fett in 5 minutes, like colored and everything. It's awesome. If you've never seen him do it, you should go and buy one.
I think I might have to. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, and like there's just a bunch of other great local people coming, and some local guys, but also some like up and coming guys that are great too. Like Tony Melio, he does a book called what the hell's it called? It's like Killer Clown or something. He's on Source Point Press. Source Point Press is actually bringing 5 or 6 guys and they're sitting all in a row this year, which is great. The Comicsburg guys are coming. And I hang out with those guys a lot. They're actually going to be guests on our podcast right before the show, like that Thursday. They're going to be the last guest before the con. But Marvin's Edge book is awesome. Grant's League of Cryptids and Memoirs of the Moari. I can't, or Memoirs of the Morbid, or killer. His Beowulf's great.
His cryptid book's really fun. I bought issues 1 and 2 last year. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. I think he has a 3rd issue of that out and a 2nd or 3rd issue of Memoirs of the Morbid. But he's real good. He actually lives like a mile from my house. Like we have wings every once in a while. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. So, but there, like I said, there's a lot of great people coming in that are just people that may not have hit the big time yet, but they've crushed it. 819 Comics is coming again. They're the guys that did our Godzilla poster last year.
Which that was fire. I actually have one of those in my basement right now.
I have the inks and the pencils separately, so I own those art. Like those are mine.
Those are sick.
Yeah, I mean I'm on it. Why would I not own it?
Yeah, I mean really at that point, like if you're on it, if your face is on it, you might as well just buy it.
Yeah, and it was cool because like me, Justin, Scott, and Todd are all on the cover, are all on that poster. We signed so many of those for people last year. It was awesome. Like people literally would like flag me down while I'm walking around the floor and just grab a Sharpie and tell me to sign it. I'm like, sure. So I signed it. But it was a lot of fun. I need
you to sign mine then, damn it.
Mine Bring it with you. Bring it with you and you can get all 4 of us to sign it this year. So
I'm game.
Yeah. Todd's the hardest one to find because he's like running around like talking to everybody, talking to all the vendors all the time. So
which I don't.
Scott's always up front.
You gotta talk to everybody like that. I will say that place, everybody is just so friendly. Like all the people that showed up, like I made friends with people that I live an hour outside of Pittsburgh, so I live in the great state of Ohio. If you can't tell by my logo. And like, it's an hour drive for me and my buddy to go up there. And, I'm not a big fan of being down in the city. And we went in there and we stopped at the Starbucks. That was how we started the day, dude. The people at the Starbucks were super nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were a vibe. Like the guy that was working there, he was super nice. He was a vibe. I enjoyed his company. Um, we walked past a taco place that smelled so good. A little
Oh,
taco joint
Canado.
right up the corner. Yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
dude, the loaded nachos they do are amazing. Amazing.
now the only thing, like the only complaint that I have about Pittsburgh and being up there was, dude, y'all got some hood pigeons. Like those pigeons aren't afraid of nobody.
Nope.
Like them are hood pigeons.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
they 100% looked at me like, "What you gonna do?" And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"You want my wallet? Like you can have it." Like it's so
Right.
funny because when you drive through here, like where I live, man, them pigeons run away as soon as like a car or like a breeze hits them. Man, them pigeons walk right up to you.
Oh yeah, they give two shits, man. They don't care.
It's
Like
so funny.
they're all about it. But the nice part is like the convention center is downtown, and downtown since the pandemic has been a lot easier to get around because not as many people work down there right now, especially on weekends. Um, so actually, this weekend, Justin and I are going to be doing videos of how to get to the convention center, like from each direction of the city. So we're going to come down 28, we're going to come down 279, we're going to come down 376, and then we're going to come up 379. Um, so you're going to see all four ways to get there, and the easiest ways so that like if you don't um, if you don't want to like go up and around and try and possibly get lost, we're going to give you the easiest visual directions, easiest ways to get there from every direction. Um, so it's gonna be kind of nice. Like for you, just coming in 376 and then taking the 10th Street bypass once you get in the through the tunnel is easy. It's the hardest. The hardest part is remembering being in the left lane in the tunnel, and then as soon as you get out, stop looking at the gorgeous city because it is a gorgeous view, and just get in the
Yeah.
left lane.
Yeah, I will tell you, it was super easy when we came because like I've been to like Pirate games and I've been
Yeah,
to what is it, like Kenny Chesney was at Heinz Field.
yeah,
I'll never do that shit again.
yeah,
That was too many people. But like I've came in the city, we go to the zoo all the time. Like actually, as the
yeah.
time of this recording, we were at the zoo this past Wednesday.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, like I know like there's multiple ways to get into Pittsburgh, but I'll tell you what, man, I was so nervous because I was like, man, I was like, this is in like downtown. I'm like, oh hell. And we get in and I parked right at the parking garage and we walked, like I said, we walked to that Starbucks. It was right down the street, and then we
Yep.
passed the taco place. It's a nice little setup.
And what also is nice is like right by the taco place. That's Penn Avenue. Okay, Penn Avenue has like a ton of awesome restaurants on it. I mean, you can go cheap. You can go to Jimmy John's. It's there too. Um, but there's Bill's Burgers in the West End, which is where we do our beer release party and our drink and draw. There's Canado Tacos. There's I forget what's on the corner now. It used to be Tenpenny. Um, there's the Standard that does awesome ghost pepper fries. So if you like ghost pepper stuff, um, there's a
That
Thai
actually sounds really
Nikki's
good.
Thai Kitchen. Bridges and Bourbon. That's a little pricey but Bridges and Bourbon's really good, but it's a little pricey. And then if you want to walk another block past that, you get down to this place called the Eagle, and they do awesome Southern fried chicken. And I mean, it is like legit like Louisiana style chicken because I've been to New Orleans and I've had chicken there, and it is legit. It's one of my favorite places to go in the city. You can also walk across the bridge and go over to the North Shore and hit a bunch of other places. There's Gaucho, which is like a Brazilian steakhouse, or not Brazilian. It's a steakhouse. Um, and then there's a place called Fogo de Chao, which is also pricey, but it's unlimited meat until you tell them no. Um, which
Hmm.
is it's awesome. They give you a little um, like coaster, right? And one side's green and one side's red. So if it's green, they're going to keep coming by with meat and be like, "Do you want some of this?" And you're like, "Yep." And they cut you off a piece. And then if you flip it to red, they're going to not. They're going to just pass by you. Um, but it's
That's
really
pretty
great.
neat.
Yeah, but it can get that specific one can get pricey. But we also have the concession stand in the convention center, and it's actually not bad, and it's fairly priced,
The
which is what I
pizza's
like
pretty
about it.
good. That's what we got
Yeah.
last year.
And then we have like chicken fingers, and they do a couple salads. They do like a barbecue pork sandwich, I think now. I just went over the menu with them the other day. That's why I remember it. Like hot dogs, burgers, chicken sandwich, and then they do like a personal pizza. And they're, like I said, they're pretty reasonable priced. But I do believe that the concession stand is cashless. So you need to use a card when you go there.
Yes, it was last
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Yeah. But not that doesn't mean the vendors or the ticketing booth is cashless. Like we'll take your cash, and so will the vendors. But the concession stand inside is cashless. So just be prepared for that. But parking in the parking garage, I think all day is like less than $20. But if you want the cheapest parking, it's a block away. It's the Greyhound station. It's $6 all day, no matter what.
No
Like
shit.
the Pope can show up and it's $6. Like
Good Lord. Yeah, that's actually for Pittsburgh. That's really cheap.
actually, Pittsburgh's a fairly cheap city to park in, unless you're there for like a Steeler game or a Pirates game, and sometimes Penguin games. Like everything else we do is pretty cheap. And as people found out when they came in for the draft, like all the pricing went way up, and on the second day, all of it was cut in half, and then the next day it was cut in half again, and then the last day was back to normal. So it was kind of a good deal. But I mean, I ride a pedal bike through downtown Pittsburgh on Sundays usually, like because it just happens to be my day off, and a buddy of mine's also off, so we go biking, and we'll ride literally down Liberty Avenue, and there are no cars besides us. Like we're the only vehicle on the road.
That's sick.
Yeah, so people, when they think, oh, it's going to be so busy in traffic, I'm like, no, it's not like that at all. So I mean, when you get near the convention center, there might be some other stuff like Arts Festival will be going on. There is a country concert the Friday and Saturday of that weekend.
Yep. You got Morgan Wallen coming to town.
But if you're there at open, you're going to be there before the country concert traffic comes in. And if you stay till 7 when we close and leave anytime before 10, like if you go get food, as long as you're on the road by 10, you're going to miss all the outgoing traffic. So you're not going to see a lot of that. But we will tell you that Sunday is the Pride Parade, and they take up part of Liberty. So that's one of the reasons why we're doing that video, is so that you can learn alternate routes to get there without having to try to cross Penn Avenue or Liberty Avenue. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be, so if you're just wanting to come to the comic show, there's plenty of other things to go do.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Arts Festival's
Now,
free. You can go check that out. There's the Heinz Museum right beside it, too. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend going to the concert either. Although I'm not a big
Morgan
country
Wallen.
fan.
Don't get me wrong, but brother, I went there for Kenny Chesney. That was awful. People on top of people. I got beer spilled on me, brother. I got peed on right in front of the Port Johns outside the stadium.
Listen, what you were telling me is exactly why we kicked him out the first time 7 years ago.
Yeah,
because when he came in the first time, all the fans came in and they just destroyed the North Shore. Like,
well, they destroyed it the year after too. Promise.
Yeah, there was like literal feces on the ground. Like people were just shitting on the street.
It was bad.
It was gross. Yeah, and then like Marilyn Manson comes in the next week and it's pristine. So
yeah, and he's the bad guy.
The bad guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
actually, I was at that show, the Marilyn Manson show. I was there.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, I love that guy.
I've never seen him live.
It sounds like a wounded horse.
Yeah. Well, he's coming to Star Lake, I think, this summer. So I might try to.
Now his show's fun. Like when I saw him, he like did like the flash dance thing where he's sitting on the chair in the bucket of water. But imagine that it's Marilyn Manson, right? And he's like 6'5", and the chair is like 7 feet tall. Yeah, it was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Well, I want to thank you for being on the show. Like, I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And I hope that everybody listening, like, understands that it's going to be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Like, join us. Like, it's like you said, it's $20 on a Saturday. If you ain't got nothing to do, get your butt there.
Yeah.
Or
you can
Sunday,
follow
us $16.
Follow us at the number 3 and then Rivers Comic Con at your favorite socials. And and you can see some of the guest lists. You can ask us questions. You can direct message ask us questions. You can see some of the other things that are going on, and it's just a lot of fun, man. Like I said, it's the family reunion you want to go to. And trust me, I have a very large family, and this I'd rather go to the con sometimes. Most of the time, I'd rather go to the con. So
No, I feel that. Well, you'll catch me there. I'll be there. Obviously, you'll be there.
yeah,
I know for a fact that the last comic shop podcast guys are going to be there. I know
yep,
you'll see Andy and Chad, and I think Mikey's going to be there. So
yes, yeah. I think they're
yeah,
coming Sunday though.
yeah, we'll
So
we'll all be there at some point in the weekend. I know Chad was talking about coming Saturday because that's the only day I can make it. So
okay,
you'll probably see me and Chad.
good.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be
Yeah,
there
man. Yeah,
spending
come
my
see us.
hard-earned money.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time, man. I save up all year for it. In fact, Gabe's dad, who I was telling you about, that does the movie critic thing on his show, he promotes the show by saying he gets his Christmas gifts done every year at our show. Like he finds
Hell
stuff to
yeah.
buy because like I said, there's more than just like writers and artists. It's like there's like some nerd crafters, there's 3D print guys, there's toys, there's games, there's all kinds of stuff. Like it's not just comics. It's more than that, but and it's family friendly, which is also great. So you can bring your kids and they can have a blast. Bring your mom. Your mom would love comics. I promise.
Yeah, my buddy last year bought a bunch of little Lego people.
Nice. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they're coming back. They right now they are for sure. But they texted me the other day, and one of the main people is having a health issue, so they may not be able to come. They're going to let me know this week. But that's awesome minis. Check them out. I help those guys out at New York Comic Con a lot, and some of the other shows. Like I'm real good friends with the owners. They are amazing people, and they have some of the best selection I've ever seen of off-brand, not Lego minis. Uh,
Yeah, like and it's good too. And their deals, like I think it's like what, five for 20.
yeah, they're $5 each or 5 for 20, and then they have a couple
Yeah.
bigger ones that are like 10 or 20 bucks. But you can do like two tens and a five for $20. So it's crazy. When I help them at New York, their booth is three people deep all weekend from when it opens till half an hour after close. It's nuts. Like people love them, and we love having them, and they're great. We've had them every year since I think 2017 was the first year they were there, and it's just great. Like Joe and Jen are great people, and I really hope they can make it, and that everything works out for them medically. So
Yes, sir. Me too. And that's Three Rivers Comic Con. That is June 6th and 7th in the great Pittsburgh, the city of Pittsburgh,
yep.
Pennsylvania. And we will see you guys there. And as I always say, I hope you guys have a great day and peace out, Cub Scouts.